The elections in Armenia are a very important topic for us. The elections in Armenia will be crucial for Armenia's relations with Europe and for Armenia in total. But maybe we can talk about this also later on in the questions and answers.
Հետազոտությունը իրականացվել է փետրվարի 29-ից մարտի 5-ը ընկած ժամանակահատվածում։ Մենք հատուկ փորձել ենք ժամանակահատվածը կարճ պահել, որպեսզի արդյունքների վրա օրեկան տատանումները քիչ ազդեն։ Հետազոտությունը իրականացվել է 1600 հարցվողի հետ, 1600 տնային տնտեսությունում ամբողջ Հայաստանում, այսինքն բոլոր 10 մարզերում եւ Երևան քաղաքի բոլոր համայնքներում, պատահական հավանականային ընտրանքի մեթոդով։ Այս մեթոդի առավելությունը ներկայանում է նրանում, որ ոչ մի հարցվող, ոչ մի ռեսպոնդենտ չի հայտնվում ընտրանքում այլ մեթոդով, քան ուղղակի պատահական քայլի տեսանկյունից, բացառելով որևէ քաղաքական, որևէ այլ կողմնորոշվածություն հարցվողների։ Ընտրանքը բաշխվել է մոտավորապես 35% հարցումների իրականացվել է Երևանում եւ 65% իրականացվել է բոլոր մարզային քաղաքներում եւ գյուղերում, ընդհանուր առմամբ 58 բնակավայրում եւ հետազոտության սահմանային սխալը կազմում է 2.4%, որը նշանակում է, որ ցանկացած թիվ, որը դուք տեսնելու եք այսօր պրեզենտացիայի ընթացքում, plus minus 2.4% ճշտություն ունի։
I think that he made clear that we discussed all the several steps of the survey together. So with IPSC and TNS and European Friends of Armenia, we agreed on the methodology. This was just explained by Johannes. And in order to also check what they did on the field, TNS Opinion as a specialized entity applied a couple of checks to the actual data, meaning that we checked the interviews, the raw data, checking by calling back people, asking them several questions of the questionnaire. This was done independently from IPSC, so we called people up on our own and asked them questions which we found or where we found the answers in the database, and we therefore can say that we didn't find any mistakes in the database. First good thing. Secondly, we also checked the database as such and the analysis which was performed by colleagues of IPSC, and again by our standards, and we are looking for a lot of international clients, we can say that the quality control indicated that the work which was done by IPSC and colleagues was on the point, so we didn't find any disruptions in the data, there were no inconsistencies in the data, the data analysis followed what is possible on the basis of the data we have, and therefore we can again say that the data follow all criteria we normally apply in international polling as we do in our main visits.
For the first row here who does not read Armenian, the first party is Prosperous Armenia, the second one is Republican Party of Armenia, the third one is Rule of Law, Dashnaktutsun, Heritage, and then Congress. Interestingly, the expectation to vote is lower in Yerevan than in the urban areas outside of Yerevan and in the rural areas. So the more you go to the countryside, the more people are certain that they will go and vote. This slide tries to explain what has happened between 2007 and today. It is the so-called voter movement. So we have asked people, do you still remember who you voted for? And if they were fairly certain that they remember, we analyzed who did they vote for then, and we saw these differences. So this is the block that explains to you where do today's voters from Prosperous Armenia come from. And this block explains where do today's voters from the Republican Party come from. These are absolute numbers. So we have taken By the way, this is the raw data. This is why it does not correspond to the slide you've seen earlier. Yeah. So this is the raw data, meaning including don't know and refuse to answer, etc. But it means today we can expect at this picture today that prosperous Armenia has around 580,000 voters, and they have gained most of them from people who told us that last time I did not vote at all. So either they were not in the country, or they thought the election does not make any difference, or I don't know, they were sick, or they were not 18 yet. This we don't know yet, but what is clear is this is the biggest bloc. And then, interestingly, the Prosperous Armenia Party also takes very many votes from the Republican Party, and it takes very many from the bloc which is unknown, meaning other smaller parties and don't know bloc, so this is difficult to analyze. But the key information that is pretty clear is this one.